Alright, what's good, y'all? So today I'm gonna be talking on why salt is a strength and hypertrophy cheat code and how it's heavily demonized. But first, what the salt myth pisses me off. We've heard it forever from your mom, from your fat doctor, that salt causes high blood pressure, that it makes you bloated and puffy. And this fear didn't come from nowhere. It came from deeply flawed studies and medical assumptions that don't apply to people who don't fucking consume junk. In the 1960s, one of the most cited studies force-fed rats extreme doses of salt, up to 100 times what a human would consume. And it was observed that a minor increase in blood pressure took place. And that tiny bump was fucking enough to make them think that salt is not good for you, it's gonna raise your blood pressure. And later studies kept repeating the same mistakes. They either used sedentary people as the subject pool, they ignored potassium-sodium balance, which is crucial, they failed to control processed food consumption, which is the main flaw in pretty much all of these fucking studies, and they use epidemiological methods which can't prove causations, just quick correlations. And some papers even cherry-picked endpoints or quietly changed metrics mid-study, classic data tampering. And the result, a widespread belief that salt equals bad, reinforced by institutions that never challenge their own poor science. In reality, salt is only dangerous in the context of processed food, so basically just the processed food itself is a fucking dangerous part, not the salt. And editor Scaff here, I forgot to mention that it's also literally fucking impossible to overconsume salt. And yeah, it's possible to fucking down a kilo of salt, but your body's gonna excrete it or it's gonna compensate for it. There's a fucking concept called homeostasis, and it's like the concept of return, that a biological organism will return to equilibrium, right? So if you consume too much fucking salt, you're either going to excrete it through either diarrhea or fucking urination, or your body's just gonna make you more thirsty, which is the ideal thing. You wanna have as much salt and as much water as possible, because that's another thing. I'm pretty sure all of you have heard that if you consume 3 liters of water in an hour, you die. It's true, and the reason you die is due to dehydration, because you wouldn't have enough salt. If you drink 10 liters of water plus the equivalent of salt, you'll probably feel better than if you drank no fucking water. Anyway, back to the video. And so I'm gonna be talking about the theory on the strength side and hypertrophy side, because there's benefits for both. And obviously speaking, there's fucking health benefits of salt in so many aspects, your brain, your fucking skin, so many benefits. I'm not gonna make a fucking essay of a video. But first, let's go do some theory. Strength side. When your brain wants to move a muscle, it sends an electrical impulse down your spinal cord. I kind of talked about it about the last video. Was it the last video? I don't even know. And that impulse travels through motor neurons, which communicate using action potentials. These action potentials rely on a process called depolarization. The neurons flip its charge by shifting ions across its membrane. And guess what ion starts that process? Sodium. Without enough sodium in your system, your neurons literally can't fire properly. The electrical signals becomes weaker or delayed, meaning slower muscle response, reduced motor unit recruitment, and weaker lifts. And it doesn't stop there. Sodium also controls fluid balance inside and outside cells. If sodium drops, cellular dehydration begins. And a dehydrated muscle is more prone to cramping, more likely to tear under load, less responsive to nerve stimulation. And I forgot to also, it's also less strong due to more metabolite accumulation. Anyway. And now here's where it gets deeper, the central nervous system. It depends on the high-speed electrical Fuck me then, alright. Fuck you. Now here's where it gets deeper. The central nervous system depends on high-speed electrical communications, which are neurons firing in rapid bursts and syncing with massive muscular output, and sodium is crucial for maintaining rest and membrane potential, repolarizing neurons quickly after firing, and sustaining high-frequency bursts during intense CNS demand. So if sodium levels are low, neurons are going to struggle to repolarize, which slows down the repeated firing, which is why your maximal CNS output tanks, not because your muscles are tired, but because your brain can't keep up. Sodium is also needed for neurotransmitter release at the synapse. No sodium, less acetylcholine. Less acetylcholine, slower muscle activation. So when people talk about feeling drained or flat or even lightheaded during lifts, that's not mental. It's literally their CNS underfueling, which it could be for many reasons, caloric amount, fucking burning your CNS, fucking up your dopamine. But very, very probably for most people, it could be this. So salt isn't just fucking seasoning, it's neuroammunition, okay? Your body literally needs it, and most of you are not drinking enough salt. Now, theory side, hypertrophy. Salt isn't just a strength hack. Sodium pulls water into the muscle cell, which increases the cell voluminization, which isn't just about looking fuller. It's a direct anabolic signal. When a cell swells, it triggers internal pathways like mTOR and suppresses catabolic signals like autophagy. This voluminization also stretches the cell membrane slightly, which some research suggests it can mechanically activate growth pathways, similar to the tension itself of lifting. And I'm not the biggest research guy, so take that with a grain of salt. Ha, pun intended. I didn't even mean to make that pun, man. Anyway, more salt equals better pump, better blood delivery, more nutrition is delivered, and sodium expands the plasma volume, which improves the blood flow and makes your set-to-set performance more consistent. And as you watch my videos, you're gonna see these things link. This for example, this point fucking links to the last video. Was it the last video? I don't know. I made some video about inflammation. I think it was the last video. And sodium increases glycogen storage, and since glycogen is stored in water, more salt equals more glycogen, more size. And glycogen isn't just energy; it keeps your muscles looking round and thick. Sodium also improves capillary perfusion, which means more oxygen and amino acids reach the muscle fibers, which improves muscle protein synthesis. And with better hydration and volume, insulin sensitivity improves, which helps shuttle nutrients more effectively into muscle cells during and post-workout. And sodium may even support growth hormone release, indirectly, through its role in maintaining blood volume and osmotic balance, especially under intense physical stress. Bottom line, sodium optimizes the internal environment for growth, which is why you should be fucking consuming more salt. And evidence. Overdo a leg day on salt, you cramp, you grass out, you feel flat, then you chug some electrolytes and you feel better. Coincidence? I think not. Contest bodybuilders, they also manipulate sodium levels to get fuller before a show. Right? Because salt drives water into the muscle. High level strength athletes also load salt before max attempts to stay neurologically sharp. Salt plus carbs equals supercompensation, so glycogen stores more efficiently when sodium is present. And studies, the slur, studies, I'm going to censor that from now on. In future videos, I'm going to censor the study word. And studies show sodium improves thermoregulation and endurance in hot conditions. Less fatigue equals more volume and more gains. So stop avoiding it, start using it, okay? Eat your salt, it's not bad for you. So consume more salt. Take in sodium pre-training to maximize pump, support nerve firing, prevent cramps, boost endurance, stay fuller and look fuller. Don't rely on your salad or rice and broccoli meal, okay? Salt your food, add your electrolytes, use pink salt, sea salt, whatever. The stronger your signal and the blood delivery is, the more efficient your sets. And personally, what I do, hold on, let me get it real quick. And something I do is I carry around this. It's a fucking honey pot that I finished and I washed it. And here it's salt. It's lucky running out, so I need to refill it. And it's a combination of pink Himalayan salt and baking soda, right? And you can use any fucking salt. And the baking soda is just a little bonus. I don't recommend taking it with baking soda because you're gonna fuck your stomach pH if you do it too fast. So my guy, just fucking carry around a little tubs full of salt, and every time you fill your water bottle, just take a little teaspoon, bro. Like literally, little fucking teaspoon. I mean, it depends on how big your fucking water bottle is. If it's like a liter big, then experiment and increase gradually, because at first you're gonna fucking find the salt fucking yucky, and eventually you're gonna think, as you progress adding more salts, you're gonna think that regular water tastes like shit. But yeah, and also I recommend carrying it around and adding very little amount of it each time you drink water, instead of drinking it in one big go right before the gym. But yeah, salt. So what to do? You add a bit of salt to your water every time you refill it, okay? You eat sodium with carbs to maximize muscle fullness and glycogen storage. Don't fear bloating. If your diet is clean and you drink enough water, it won't make you puffy or bloated or whatever. Avoid table salt, okay? This is also a crucial tip because it's usually fluoridated and bleached. So it got fucking chlorine, it got sodium fluoride. That's gonna fuck up your brain because of the juice. Anyway, so opt for sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, or Celtic salt, okay? And if you're not fucking willing to get a certain brand, if you just want to go to the convenience store and get whatever, just make sure in the ingredients it just says salt, okay? So usually, on the bottom it will say ingredients. Make sure it says salt. No bleaching, no fucking fluoride, salt. And even better if it says it's being extracted through mechanical processes and no chemical shit, okay? So conclusion, more sodium equals better conduction, better hydration, better pumps, and better performance. Start consuming more salt, okay?